Good morning, afternoon, or evening, ladies and gentlemen, Allincrypto here, and welcome back, guys, for what is going to be another jam-packed daily cryptocurrency market update. If you are new around here and finding yourself on my channel for the first time today, don't forget to check out that subscribe button because we drop an update just like this one every single day around 1 p.m. UK time to help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening in the crypto space, but also the broader markets. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing in this video. Yesterday's video was all about alt season cometh, and it is here, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, we have altcoins that are up as much as 50% over the past 24 hours, and we're starting to see altcoins break out across the board. We are going to be looking at those three charts that we showed you yesterday, which was Bitcoin dominance, others dominance, and of course ETH BTC, that in our opinion all predict a good time for altcoins. I don't think it's time to be getting on the Bitcoin dominance trade, even though we were very early in regards to getting back into the cryptocurrency market back when Bitcoin was 15, 16K. We kind of got the Bitcoin dominance trade wrong, but our bet has always been that altcoins will outperform, and we still believe that. So we're very bullish on Bitcoin, even more bullish on altcoins at this point. We're going to be revisiting that. We're going to start the video off, though, by looking at Robert Kiyosaki's price prediction for June 2024. So just a few months away. We'll be going over to the Bitcoin chart, reiterating our plan. We're going to be looking at CoinShares' recent report, which shows that volume has really been blown out of the water in regards to Bitcoin. Now, we haven't, on the break of our inverse head and shoulders, the bigger one, actually seen that volume come in on the charts, on the dollar pairs, but we have seen the volume come in on the likes of the ETF. So I am now calling this a breakout, and that pattern essentially, in my opinion, is going to see Bitcoin go towards 150K. If you guys don't believe in technical analysis, subscribe to the channel, watch my videos, and I will turn you into believers. I can absolutely guarantee that. If you want to take things a step forward, do become a Patreon. You will unlock my portfolio, and you'll get access to the meeting that we did yesterday where we outline our plan. We look at my portfolio, any adjustments that I've made, and I've got a group full of people that I think at this point are very happy with the results that we've given. So a lot to get into. We're going to be revisiting the kind of altcoin cometh scenario that we think is now playing out. But let's start things off with a little bit of news from Robert Kiyosaki. Now, I don't know if he is sincere about this, but this tweet reads, Bitcoin to 100K by June 2024. Now, I personally believe that this is just a generic tweet, a kind of tweet to get likes and retweets like I've done. However, it's not out of the realms of possibility. And let's dive over to our Bitcoin chart. You can see this is very much the plan that we had set out for Bitcoin, and it's following it literally to a T, whether it be the smaller head and shoulders that we had back in 2023, whether it was us assessing that there was going to be a trend change based on a bullish divergence. Then we had a technical pattern that gave us the 42K. We got to the 42K. We had structure set up around the 42K at the time when we were sort of looking for this right shoulder forming that closed the gap to the neckline, filled that right shoulder, and ultimately we've now gone above and beyond it. And what do I mean by the small term structure? You guys remember we were looking at all this. And ultimately we have, in my opinion, not only did we break this key level, we came back and retested it, and we are now moving on to higher ground. So by all accounts, in my opinion, this is a break of this inverse head and shoulders that is potentially going to see Bitcoin run to 150K. Now, we're going to go over to Bitcoin dominance in just a second, because Bitcoin going to 150K, dominance is going to fall in an environment where Bitcoin's doing well, because altcoins are going to do even better. And I think we're on the cusp of that. I mean, we've got things like HBAR today, for example, has just broken out. I'll be doing a full video on that later on. You can see we've got a number of altcoins that are doing spectacularly today and have been doing well. HBAR, just very quickly, now broken out. Back to Bitcoin, we didn't see much volume on this break, and typically you want to see volume on the break like we did over here. However, I think the reason for this is because the vast majority of volume in regards to Bitcoin buy pressure has gone through the likes of the ETFs. So, get rid of that arrow. This is BlackRock's IBIT, which is their iShares. You've got GBTC, which of course has accumulated the most in regards to volume. And actually, to stay on the topic of volume, kind of confirming the head and shoulders break that we've got, let's take a look at CoinShares' recent report, which was published today on January the 19th. This is Digital Asset Fund Flows weekly report, and look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just read some of the headers. Digital asset investment products saw record weekly inflows, totaling $2.4 billion with inflows for year to date, now at an impressive 5.2 billion. Regionally, the United States dominated with 99% of the flows. This is why it's so important that the United States gets on board with crypto generally. You are going to see an Ethereum ETF this year. Altcoins, you know, the fundamental news, the technical things that we're looking at in regards to expecting altcoins is going to be accompanied by fundamental news. And that's going to be to do with Ethereum ETF, probably more regulatory clarity, so on and so forth. You know, it is here. We're at this basing phase. This bull market is only just beginning, ladies and gentlemen, and we're already in the position that we're in regards to how well we've done thus far. You know, it's going to be a spectacular one, and that's why we make these daily videos, to hopefully share this journey with you guys and help get some of you on board in regards to it. So this is huge. I think this was the biggest inflows since 2021, the prior bull market. There was a bit on that. Yeah, so marking the highest level since December 2021. The bull is back. You know, kind of ignore Robert Kiyosaki's tweet. I don't think he really knows what he's on about. But this is the volume that we needed to kind of confirm what we're looking at on Bitcoin. And we think that you've got it. And this is now a breakout of a pattern that's going to see you run to 150K. Alt season cometh. So there's a number of things that lead us to believe that. First of all, our others dominance chart. So others is everything outside the top 10. This isn't going to go up in an environment where Bitcoin isn't going to do well. Remember, we've just looked at the technical reasons why Bitcoin is going to do well. It's going to rest at periods. It's going to have pullbacks. Of course, it's part and parcel. But you can see that this is now, in our opinion, just like we had this smaller head and shoulders, just like we had for Bitcoin. Again, stay tuned to the channel if you don't believe in technical analysis. I'll convert you. Real technical analysis, not just BS, dots and perfect sell and buy signals. It doesn't work like that, guys. If it did, everyone would be a trader and making money off it. And at that point, if everyone's doing that, the market just simply doesn't work. But you can see smaller head and shoulders took us into the neckline. We formed that right shoulder. We broke on volume. We came back for a retest. Now you're starting to see volume pick up at resistance. Also, if you drop down the small time frames on this, you can see that actually this is waning. So this is kind of 1, 2, kind of like a golf ball style, running out of momentum, ready to pop. And ultimately, that's going to lead the top 10 market, everything except for the top 10, to actually gain ground. That's not going to be happening in an environment where Bitcoin's not going up. This is bullish for the entire market, but certainly more bullish for the altcoins. Bitcoin dominance, you know the correlation. Bull market, Bitcoin dominance down. Bear market, Bitcoin dominance up. But Bitcoin dominance doesn't really start to roll until you've had a bit of the move kind of going into the halvening. And you can see it's playing out in the exact same fashion. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we do expect that to continue on the smaller timeframes for Bitcoin dominance. We think this is topping. We think this is a top. This rolling is actually bullish for Bitcoin, but more so for the altcoins, because this isn't going to roll and Bitcoin dominance isn't going to go down, because Bitcoin is still that tide that rises and sinks all ships in an environment where Bitcoin, you know, this isn't going to roll in an environment where Bitcoin's going down, because Bitcoin is still that tide. So we are watching this to roll. We are looking at others' dominance, and we are also looking at ETH BTC. And one thing that I didn't share with you guys the other day is on the monthly chart, if you look at historic volatility and look at where we are, low point in volatility, break. Low point in volatility, move to the upside. Low point in volatility, you can see this, and look at where we are today. I think this is going to break and also signal that altcoins are going to do quite well. So alt season cometh. It is here. Like I say, we do have a number of altcoins that are doing exceptionally well today. And we expect this to continue on their own individual merit, and also looking at the cross markets. Bitcoin's cross markets looking very healthy and strong. Of course, this is Bitcoin against the SPY, Bitcoin against the NASDAQ, and Bitcoin against gold. Not only is it in an uptrend against these markets, it's also in and there's reason to believe that we're going higher based technically. So all is well, guys. It's just a case of following and sticking to the plan and having the conviction to do so. And you're only going to get that conviction by understanding what the plan is, why you're following it. Is there reasoning outside of, oh, I just think this is going to happen, to expect it to happen? And we have all the technical signals. We've got the macro and everything in between. I think this volume, in my opinion, that you're seeing, or this interaction that you're seeing on CoinShares is staggering. You know, this is the highest volume, the highest inflows that we've seen since December 2021, which was sort of the height of the bull market. I think that's saying something. This again is why the US being on board with crypto is so important because where the kind of real money, if you will, is, and what is real money. That's for another video. So is Bitcoin going to get to 100K by June 2025? I'm not sure. I don't think Robert Kiyosaki knows what it's on about. I think this is just a generic tweet, but an interesting prediction by him all the same. Things are looking great. And that's really all I've got for you guys. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you. If you've enjoyed the content, like us, appreciate it as a comment, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thanks all for watching. See you in the next.